go through the Boston winter?
Ooh, Boston winter, I think. Oh, no, I would do the marathon.
Your body goes through more than 500 ups and downs a day.
Someone going to work.
Your deodorant should keep up. Secret Clinical Strength has adapts and response technology for customized protection that adapts to your body.
What's this?
A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better. Want to see?
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got?
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. New Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 86. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening. Mostly cloudy with showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, sun and a few passing clouds. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We haven't seen things this bad in a very long time.
A very fluid and dangerous situation continues to unfold along the Ohio River this morning. Ice jams and flooding, with waters expected to rise to the highest they've been since the last major flood nearly 20 years ago. Up next, learn if this flood will rank among the top 50 in Cincinnati history.
Plus, forget about the rain. People in Boston hope it doesn't snow on their St. Patrick's Day parade, which steps off about 1 o'clock today. Another shot of wintry weather is on its way in. See if it could get the city any closer to breaking their longtime snowfall record.
We all dread summer. We just know what's coming.
Nice ice, baby. Bags of ice, hot commodity at this weekend's NASCAR race in Phoenix. Temperatures are as hot as the action on the track. Another day of sizzling, record-breaking heat ahead right here, right now on Weekend Recharge. Sunday morning to you, and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Maria LaRosa.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Thanks for joining us. Now, we want to get you and your family prepared for what's going on today, as well as the weather for the week ahead. Let's start you off first with our top stories. Across the Midwest, flooding along the Ohio River is our top story. A man who fell into the swollen waterway is still missing this morning. Rescue crews searched the river well into the night, but flooding issues are complicating that search. Now, witnesses say the man fell in near Transylvania Beach on the Louisville side of the river, and the water temperature is around 42 degrees.
Yikes, and the rapid thaw and rounds of rain are contributing to those Ohio floods.
NBC's Stephanie Gosk reports with more.
What happens when you take all that ice and then add all this rain? Rivers can't handle the pressure. In Vermillion, Ohio, the water is spilling over the banks and it keeps rising. The high waters closing roads and invading homes.
It came inside my house, about 3 feet in my house, destroyed everything.
The peak is expected tomorrow morning when the river could reach 6 feet above flood stage.
I'm terrified. Yeah, I am pretty scared.
All along major rivers in the eastern third of the U.S., from upstate New York to Louisiana, there are flood alerts. The region experienced record-breaking cold and now must deal with a potentially dangerous thaw.
We haven't seen things this bad in a very long time.
River ice can be a formidable enemy. As the temperatures warm, ice breaks up and large chunks can easily create jams. The water has no place to go but up and over its banks. When the jam breaks free, ice on the move can be destructive.
The biggest concerns are for the businesses and the homes directly along the Ohio River.
So far this year, Ohio is feeling the brunt of the thaw. The bitter cold may be over, but the winter woes won't let go. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, New York.
And those are dramatic pictures, and it's been a dramatic weather story leading to this. And, you know, if you live along a river, live along the Ohio River, you know this happens. You know you see the floods. But this one's going to be on that exceptional level. We're talking the highest level since March of 1997 in Cincinnati. Could be breaking the top 50 on record, and those records go back into the 1800s. So Cincinnati, let's look at this river gauge here. Looking to crest here at 58 feet, but you notice where you have the action stage, that yellow, you're going to be there until at least Tuesday. So keep that in mind. If you typically see the high water, say on your roadways in this area at those levels, you're going to be seeing that until early next week. And you can see just how high the water is. This is the rolling suspension bridge, and it's coming right there to the base. You see lights here in this photograph. This is usually a walkway here on the Ohio side. So the water levels are high right in the center, right in the heart of Cincinnati. So here are the couple of check marks that we typically see when we have events like this. You have the warm temperatures. We've seen that in this area. Rapid snowmelt for sure. But you also have that key ingredient of heavy rain, and it's not just heavy rain, it's the placement of that heavy rain. So let's first look at temperatures this past week from Chicago, Cleveland, Louisville, Cincinnati. You've been well above average for the last week. And look at the difference 1 week makes for the snowpack. You had it completely over the area just about, and then for March 13th as of Friday, all of that snow is gone. That locked up water goes somewhere. And then you add in, look at the bullseye, 3 to 5 inches smack dab over the Ohio River. All of that leading into those raised levels along the Ohio. Going to start with some good news here. It is going to be drier over the next few days, thanks in part to this system that's going to be rolling through. It is going to be cooler, but again, it's going to shut off the rainmaker here as we get in through the early part of next week. So again, the drier conditions here, very much welcome. Temperatures maybe not as much. You are enjoying some warmth here from Chicago to St. Louis. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It is coming along with rain-free days, which again, Paul, is great news for all of those waterways, which right now are very swollen, creating huge, huge problems for homeowners.
All right, thanks, Maria. Well, from fire to ice here. Take a look at this. 3 cities are going to be dealing with, yes, snow on this last Sunday of winter. Syracuse, in the top left. We got Killington, Vermont. Yeah, wax them up on the top right. And on the bottom, we got Portland, Maine, all seeing highs in just the 30s today. And all looking out for another colder blast to air as we head towards the middle of this week. So really, it's not over yet. No, winter is not over yet. And the sign of winter we know, Boston, take a look at this. We're inching closer to our record. We are 1.9 inches away so far this season from tying the record snowiest season back in 95-96 and 2 inches away from breaking it. Well, you might actually get close to about an inch today. Here's a forecast in Boston. Clouds out there right now. Snow starts on the backside as the system pulls away, and we have snow showers throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. Should not be enough to really hamper the roads or close schools tomorrow for sure. We've had seen a lot more snow than that, trust me. But just a reminder that we're not quite out of winter yet. Although we do see light at the end of the tunnel, perhaps that snow blindness as well, because we're already seeing some snow here in the northern Adirondacks, Green and White Mountains. Great news for skiers and snowboarders waking up and saying, yes, more powder. Some areas had some rain last night, but this and the cold air coming in this week will definitely help kind of firm up that snowpack as well. And the great temperatures as we head later on this week, even next weekend looking good as well. But Maine definitely kind of the bullseye for that snow. So as we head throughout the morning, we see this blue line is our freezing line. We're going to see it kind of hovering here across parts of New England and then push towards the coast as we head later on tonight, and more snow showers continue across the region as well. But again, the bullseye is snow, the heaviest snow, perhaps more than a half a foot, but once again across areas of central and northern Maine. And again, just a couple of more days left in winter. We're still dealing with
parts
snow.
Of Maine, man, giving Boston a run for their money as far as the snow story this winter. Amazing. Well, just ahead on this edition of Weekend Recharge, bring on the ice. We're forecasting Hot Wheels in Phoenix today. NASCAR runs the track with thermometers pushing 90.
And time to trade in the snow for warm sunshine and waves. Break up bikinis. Your spring baked forecast is next.
I chose my Mahindra because there's nothing out there that beats it.
And right now, nothing beats Mahindra's Red Tag savings. Like 0 interest for 84 months, or up to $4,500 cash back, and a 5-year warranty.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down. I would definitely recommend the #1 selling tractor in the world, Mahindra.
The world's #1 selling tractor. Visit MahindraUSA.com.
There's nothing more romantic than a spontaneous moment. So why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Today, afternoon showers. High 86. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening. Mostly cloudy with showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, sun and a few passing clouds. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
For thousands of years.
I'm asking Parliament to abolish the monarchy.
What does that mean, exactly?
We are not a normal family.
The Royals, tonight at 10, only on E!
All right, let's check out some NASCAR action because we've got it going on today, 3:30 Eastern Time at the Phoenix International Raceway. And you see those temperatures creeping up through the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, no surprise there in the Valley of the Sun. But all the way up into the mid-80s. You know that track temperature, though.
It's
going to be way better, way hotter.
Yeah, it's campingworld.com 500 today. And yeah, you definitely do need to watch out for the heat because it's unseasonably warm. And it's not quite Arizona summer heat that they will feel today, but still very warm when the flag drops and the cars start racing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The warm temperatures today have some Arizona race fans dreading what is coming in a few months.
We all dread summer. We just know what's coming.
It's not here yet, but it's getting closer. 90 or hotter at Phoenix International Raceway, and parties as far as you can see.
Well, it is a little bit warm, but we have a really nice breeze, and that's taking the heat away a little bit.
And even at 90, hydration can be a concern. There's water here somewhere, just not many people drinking it.
I don't think there's probably very many people drinking a lot of water.
We've already seen one woman pass out from a heat-related illness this weekend, and it wasn't even what Arizonans consider hot.
Well, I suppose that happens to the rookies. We're very experienced.
There are a lot of experienced people at the track this weekend. If it wasn't ice they were carrying, it was 18 and 24 packs.
There is a lot of water in this.
Just because it's light beer doesn't mean it's water.
Do they put water in this?
No, they don't, but that's something to keep in mind. It's not 118 out, but spending all day in 95-degree heat can still take it out of you, especially if it's not just one day.
So this is our second week in a row. It was hot in Vegas, and it's hot here.
Be skunk time right here.
The parties continue into the night on a NASCAR weekend.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Someone can make a lot of money on a side business, have a big pickup truck with nothing but
ice and
dollar bags of ice
Yeah.
for $5. They would sell out in seconds.
Entrepreneur right here. But yeah, everyone's talking about the heat out there.
Not just there across Arizona, all across the Southwest, California, even Northern California. I mean, Maria, all the heat is sticking around through at least the middle part of the week out in the West. As we look live now at Phoenix there on the left before the sun comes up, still warm. And Los Angeles, yeah, we're talking about close to 90 in the Phoenix area, perhaps low 90s in LA.
Yeah, we're talking now, today would be the third straight day of record highs from Los Angeles, interior California too. But the record for the day is 92, so it'll be close. In Los Angeles, you're looking at 92 today. That will be a record for the day, breaking the 85-degree record set 37 years ago. So we are keeping an eye on all those marathon runners, and we're talking about 26,000 runners today for the LA Marathon, and they're really going to be feeling that heat. So the race is going to begin in about 45 minutes, 6:55 a.m. local time. Officials pushed up the start time for a full half hour to keep the runners out of the heat, and temperatures currently in the mid-60s. That'll stay there for the start, and then they're going to climb to that record high. But here we have a time step for you, right? So you're lacing up, you're finding your spot along the route at 68 degrees. By 3 o'clock, you're already pushing the mid and upper 80s, and you have been for several hours. And that is tough to contend with on any level, whatever your physical ability is, but certainly for those marathon runners. Here's the setup. We've had this high pressure, but we've had these winds that have been pushing offshore. That is a dry, hot wind for this part of the country. And so you have these areas that just continue to bake. We're talking 10 to 20 degrees above the average throughout the region. So 91, Los Angeles, San Diego, 86, even Las Vegas into the 80s. We've been talking about Phoenix pushing 90 degrees. So all of these spots in record contention: Los Angeles, San Diego, Fresno, Las Vegas for today. Again, for some areas, that's the third straight day that will be in that area. All right, let's talk about tomorrow, because we're starting to see things scale back just a little bit. Mid and upper 80s for Los Angeles, still 20 degrees above the average. Not in that record territory, but still in that dangerous kind of heat level here. So keep that in mind. Just to give you perspective, what you're looking at here is Los Angeles average highs throughout the year. Here we are in March, about 70. We have to go all the way to midsummer here to talk about average highs into the mid 80s. That's what we're feeling today and tomorrow.
No, we're not even feeling that. We're still 10 degrees above.
Right, exactly.
The
above
typical
that.
summer average. Wow,
Yeah.
but it's not just there. Record-breaking heat also across the northern plains today. Many cities could see the temperatures way above average, including Minneapolis. You could break a record that was set back in 1927, about 98 years ago.
University of Minnesota Gophers, by the way, starting their spring break today, finishing up their spring break in Rapid City, South Dakota. The West Dakota Tech Eagles today high up near 80, also a record.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of these records here in the temperatures. Amazing. Bismarck 75. It might sound like a nice spring day, but look at the records. The record highs are in the 60s. We're all in the 70s. Or even Rapid City, South Dakota, 81 degrees. The old record is 73, and the heat continues to build across this area from the west all across the Intermountain West. So spring breaking, skiing out, and snowboarders, make sure you pile on the SPF as well as make sure you have the water as well. But our temperatures here in the northern plains, 20 to 35 degrees above average.
And in the same breath, we're talking about snow in the northeast. We're tracking that coming up after your look on the 8th.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The S60 sedan from Volvo. This month, get these exceptional offers on a new Volvo. Visit your Volvo showroom for details.
It's more than a network in the cloud. It's reliable uptime and multi-layered security. It's how you stay connected to each other and to your customers. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions, including an industry-leading broadband network and cloud and hosting services, all with dedicated, responsive support. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you're free to focus on growing your business. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Still paying too much for home phone service? Do the math. MagicJack costs only $35 a year for unlimited local and long-distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. And with the mobile app, your home or business calls also ring on your smartphone.
Click or visit Walmart today.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash?
Congratulations, you're down with Crestor.
Yes!
When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Crestor lowers bad cholesterol up to 55%. Crestor is not for people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Call your doctor if you have muscle pain or weakness, feel unusually tired, have loss of appetite, upper belly pain, dark urine, or yellowing of skin or eyes. These could be signs of serious side effects.
I'm down with Crestor.
Make your move. Ask your doctor about Crestor.
Are you frustrated with digestive issues that keep coming back? Try Digestive Advantage, a unique, natural probiotic that survives better. While probiotics in yogurts and other leading supplements may not survive as well, Digestive Advantage survives 100 times better, so it can get where you need it. Take control of your digestive health with Digestive Advantage Daily Probiotic.
805-4176. Online at drstumpgrinder.com.
So let's go! When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hey, check this out. Pretty cool time-lapse video this morning of fog in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. You can see as a dense layer of fog covers the entire town there. Visibility for a time yesterday reduced to less than a quarter of a mile. That fog did linger until about 1 in the afternoon, had some breaks, but then a little bit of fog overnight as well. Just seeing some clouds right now in Johnstown, and had some rain showers yesterday. And just this warmer air coming through and the much colder ground, that'll give us the fog every day.
It kind of 'tis the season, right?
Yes.
It's kind of fog season at this point. Let's take a live look at Chicago. You've got Detroit there as well on the right, and Indianapolis with brilliant sunshine there on the bottom of your screen. We have 60s and 70s across the board this weekend into the start of the work week, but by Wednesday, you know, those temperatures are going to be plunging. You want to talk about 'tis the season. March is never that easy to deal with. It's kind of fickle, as you might imagine. You can get just about anything. So a little bit damp here as we kind of round out the last weekend of winter here, especially into the Northeast. And we have a couple of players that are allowing that to happen. So let's take a look first at where we're concentrating on with the advisories and the warnings, and it's northern New England, also interior Maine. Sugarloaf, that's good though, right? You get to extend your ski season a little bit, but here's the radar. You see the dark blue right there. That snow is coming down pretty hard there in central and northern Maine, and then also on the back side of it, you have it in parts of New York State, central places like Syracuse, a little bit of snow. All right, love this graphic because it shows you where we have the 32-degree line at the surface. So follow the blue line. Out of it, New York and Boston for now. But as we go through time, you get into this evening, snow still coming down in Maine. Then the cold begins to seep back down into this evening. And Boston, that's your chance to maybe pick up that 2 inches of snow that you need to kind of push you over the edge here for the snowiest season. But you have it in Bangor, too. You're up there with one of the snowiest seasons. You're finishing out at, I think, at the top 2 there, coming in officially at number 2. And still more to come. 5 to 8 inches in the purple. There you go, Boston. We're looking at maybe an inch. We'll have to see if we overachieve there officially at the airport. About 1 to 3 in Burlington. So again, a nice time to extend the ski season there in the Green and White Mountains. Bangor for you. Snow today. You've got the wind as well. Very wintry. Tonight, temps drop down into the teens. You do get some sunshine here, plenty of it here on Monday. Those temperatures, though, just 37 degrees. This time of year, though, you can still enjoy what that nice, stronger sun angle can do for you. And talk about the strong sun angle, not doing too much to help us recover from a chill that's coming later in the week. For New York, for you, getting a little bit of a tease here. Mid-50s for you on Monday. And then Wednesday, downright rude. You're back down into the 30s for high temperatures. And then you kind of even out here with the 40s to wrap up the week. First day of spring for you, 42 degrees, and then you bounce back up into the 50s as we get into the weekend. The problem, Paul, once again, another dose of colder air coming in by the middle of the week.
Well, Maria, 'tis the Ides of March, which means one thing, spring break across America. Let's take a live look at Miami right now. Already seeing people head to the beach, and look at the surf there. There is no surf there. A gorgeous day setting up. Kind of warm right now, but we're heading up to the mid, maybe even upper 80s for a high. By the way, average is 80 degrees this time of the year. And you see the forecast, temperatures throughout the week will stay in the 80s, and there is no widespread chance of rain. But when you're in a tropical climate like Miami, you could see a passing shower. Not a huge concern for a big front coming through and really cooling it down. Great weather there. South Padre, though, some rain showers overnight, some rain showers today, and rain showers continue tomorrow. Not the best of weather here until we head towards the middle of the week, and temperatures will be warming up to around 70 degrees. And even Panama City in the panhandle of Florida, temperatures warming to the upper 70s to low 80s, and also dry here for the rest of the week as well. So it's looking fantastic for spring breakers across parts of Florida, especially towards the panhandle. And our last stop will be Daytona Beach here on the Atlantic side. We are dry and temperatures in the 80s. We warm to the upper 80s, mid 80s as we head towards Tuesday before we have a chance of rain showers come through on Wednesday as well. But outside of that, afternoon chance, temperatures still with that rain still look pretty good across much of Florida for spring breakers, which is some great news. And just ahead, we're going to talk more about the weekend recharge and areas that could see perhaps more snow if they're having spring break across New England.
Can we talk about who's getting more sun, though?
Yes, we can.
In the south, yes, after days and days of rain, we're going to see some of that. But unfortunately, coming a little bit too late for some of the river areas in northern Ohio. Take a look at this. Glaciers moving down and fast forward speeds, it looks like, right? Choking ice brings flooding to several communities along the shores of Lake Erie.
And coming up at 40 minutes past the hour, baseball fans, oh yeah, here's another sign of spring. Spring training in full effect here across Florida. And yes, those are the Boston Red Sox. How are they faring after that city had near record-setting snow? We'll talk about it coming up on Weekend Recharge.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
17 billion toilet paper tubes are used. Enough to fill the Empire State Building twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
I knew instantly that this was, wow. It's Crest HD. It's amazing.
New Crest HD gives you a 6 times healthier mouth and 6 times whiter teeth in just 1 week.
It gets practically every detail. That's why it's called HD.
Try new Crest Pro Health HD.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind. I think I just made Mother Nature my bed.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tonight, extreme weather of biblical proportions.
The gates of hell are opening up, and this is the entry to it.
Top 10 Bible weather tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
We're now coming up on 30 minutes past the hour. Good morning and welcome back to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Maria LaRosa. Our goal is to bring your weather stories into focus. So we want to start with the top stories. Look at that. Big chunks of ice clogging rivers and creeks across northern Ohio. That means water is pushing out of its bank around the town of Vermilion.
In fact, the U.S. Coast Guard broke ice around the mouth of Vermilion River on Lake Erie on Friday. Crews were hoping that would lessen the severity of the floods. Now, this river crested 7 feet above flood stage.
NBC's Kevin Tibbles is following the story along the Ohio River.
He has the latest from Cincinnati. Hey, Kevin.
A wintry mix of rain and melting ice is causing lots of problems across the country. But in the Ohio River Valley, it's a troubling scene. So much water and no place for it to go, leaving neighbors desperately trying to protect their homes.
I'm terrified. Yeah, I'm pretty scared.
The swollen river has forced street closures in parts of the greater Cincinnati and northern Kentucky area. All along major rivers from upstate New York to Louisiana, there are flood alerts. The record-breaking cold and snowfall the country has experienced this winter is now leading to a potentially dangerous thaw.
Well, the last time we saw flooding anywhere close to this was back in 1997, about 18 years ago.
In north-central Ohio, warming temperatures have caused small icebergs to float downriver, creating actual ice jams for boaters. And authorities are warning onlookers and those who are just plain curious to be careful along the water.
Looks like a lot of people are heading this way to check out the river and see how crazy it is right now.
Well, yes, it's great to look at, but go find a bridge. Watch it from the bridge or watch it from the safety of an elevated area, because if it does break, you might not have time to get yourself to safety.
Old Man Winter may be loosening his grip, but now that's all setting up a whole new set of problems for those along the rivers.
And that was Kevin Tibbles reporting. Brings up a good point. Time really is of the essence. Let's look at this graphic. This is the river gauge at Cincinnati. We're expecting it to crest 58 feet. But I want you to concentrate on this yellow area, okay? Between Saturday and into Wednesday, you are in that action stage. So if you see typically when the water is this high, that type of flooding, you are with it for the next several days. And take a look at this picture. I love this picture. This is the flooding turning the Cincinnati area, the Ohio River brown. There's the Roebling Suspension Bridge. You're looking south into Kentucky. It is high, it is yucky, and definitely be careful because the water temperature, the river temperature into the 40s, it is cold. But setting it up, we had all the ingredients. We've had the warm temperatures, we've had that rapid snow melt, and of course that heavy rain, and it's not just heavy, but it's perfect placement for this kind of setup. Here are the temperatures, 10 to 15 degrees above average pretty much all last week. Look at the snow melt. Remember, you had some areas with 2 feet of snow on the ground. In a week's time, the before and the after, it's gone. You're looking at 2-3 inches of liquid locked up in there, released in about a week's time. That's significant. On top of that, the rainfall. This is the Ohio River right here, okay? You've got 3 to 5 inches of rainfall right over it, so that is enough to send some of those rivers and creeks that feed into it certainly over their banks. Here's the good news. We do have drier, but also cooler weather ahead, so that's definitely going to help out. We are seeing it come down to the south, that jet stream taking a dip. That's pushing the storms away from this area for now, so again, we're going to get a couple of solid days here without additional rainfall. That will help, but talk about those temperatures today. Well above average. In some cases, you're looking still 10, 15, 20 degrees above the average. North Platte tomorrow into the mid-80s. Cincinnati, you're going to see the 60s and 70s by Tuesday. That's sort of the start of the big cool down. Look at you, Rapid City. 80s today. You're only into the 40s here by Tuesday afternoon. So a little bit of a check here before winter is completely done. But for you, Cincinnati, this is the key. We don't have any precipitation here. You are seeing 73 degrees as we get into Monday. Tuesday until Wednesday, we see our temperatures drop. But Paul, the great news is it is going to be dry, giving everybody a chance, including the river, to kind of take it easy there.
That's some good news there. Take a live look right now at Wachusett Mountain in Princeton, Massachusetts, just about an hour to the west of the Boston area. Lifts are running, got some blue sky out there, and I see some skiers and boarders coming down the runs as well. And we could see a little bit of light snow as we head towards this afternoon, but about an inch, just enough to remind you that yes, we are still in winter, and wintry weather is not out of the question here. Boston, the snowiest season we had back in 1995-96, 107.6. This season, ooh, we're this close from breaking that record. We're at 105.7, so 1.9 to tie, 2 inches to set the record, and we could see about an inch today because we could start with maybe a little rain, that rain-snow mixture, and some snow showers as we head through this afternoon into tonight. And again, nickels and dimes eventually add up to dollars, and all we need is 2 inches. And if we've gone this far in Boston, a lot of people are saying bring it on. But right now we're seeing a little bit of wet weather here as we head to the northwest side of town, but we're still watching Green and White Mountains, even parts of Maine, mid-coast also still seeing some more snow. Not to mention the Adirondacks here all seeing some snow up towards the Cuse as well. Just a reminder that yes, we are still in winter, and we could see a broad area pick it up maybe 1 to 3 inches. Boston, not that much. About an inch if you see that much at all. In fact, that's the freezing line, this darker blue line. You see how it kind of meanders for much of the afternoon hours. Still a very strong March sun. Then it sets and the freezing line pushes on towards the coast. But at that time also, the snow showers start to taper off as well. Not an all-day snow event. unless you're in here in Maine for much of the day. Snow, perhaps more than a half a foot as you head between Bangor and Caribou. Definitely wintry weather. Boston, about an inch, and that's going to be a slow accumulation of some light snow showers. But you head west of Worcester, just a dusting, maybe a flurry. That's about it in terms of how much snow we'll see across this area. And you see our forecast here in Bangor. It's going to snow much of the day. Temperatures only in the upper 20s. It will definitely be on the cool side here because winter is not quite done with us. And the same conditions going on across much of Maine with snow in our forecast for this Sunday.
All right, part of Weekend Recharge is to recover from the week that was, get you ready for the week ahead. And we're talking more rain moving into the south for you. We may be seeing 2 inches or more for many from South Texas to Atlanta and the Carolinas, who could see severe storms as well.
And forget the snow, Boston. Just head south. I caught up with the Red Sox in spring training. More details on that next.
When our little girl was born, we got a Subaru. It's where she said her first word. No. Saw her first day of school. Bye-bye. Made a best friend forever.
Oh my God.
The back seat of my Subaru is where she grew up.
What?
The 2015 Subaru Forester.
What?
Built to be there for your family. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Appears Buster's been busy.
Yeah, Scott. I was just about to use the...
That's a bunch of ground-up paper, lad. Scott's Easy Seed uses the finest seed, fertilizer and natural mulch that holds water so you can grow grass anywhere. Looking good, lad.
Thanks, Scott. Easy Seed really works. So, how come Haggis is so well-behaved?
Because he's a Scotty. Oh. Get Scott's Easy Seed. It's guaranteed. Seed your lawn. Seed it.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Dude, Totino's blasted rolls. Sweet.
Totino's blasted crust rolls.
Yeah.
Flavor it full blast.
Something entirely new is being built into Bounty. Dawn. New Bounty with Dawn. Just rinse and ring. So you can blast right through tough messes and pick up more.
Oh, aren't we clever?
New Bounty with Dawn.
Let's do this. It's asleep. So let's wake it up with the most important meal of the year. Let's get the right recipe, the right ingredients, right in our budget. Then, let's get out there and cook ourselves up a big old plate of spring. Let's do this. Kill weeds and bugs and get 25% off with Ortho or Roundup. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Breathe deeply. It's called the outdoors. In fact, you should get your kids out there, especially across the South. It's going to be a beautifully warm late winter, about to say spring day. It's going to feel like a spring day all across the South with temperatures well above average, well into the 70s, even perhaps flirting with some 80s from Texas through the Carolinas. In fact, take a live look right now in Atlanta. Temperatures already in the 60s. When you start in the 60s, you know the 70s a sure bet. Tomorrow it might even push towards 80 degrees. Still today, plenty of sunshine, clear skies out there. Traffic already going here, the downtown connector. Our average, by the way, is 64, so soak it up because things are definitely going to change here across the South. Look at this. Monday pushing towards 80 degrees, upper 70s continuing to Tuesday. As we head towards Wednesday and Thursday, back to reality and also some more rain coming in on Wednesday. But the next couple of days will be fantastic. So my advice, there you guys are, stay off the golf courses. You don't want to play golf.
You just want to clear for yourself.
Would I do that?
While we're talking about ourselves, I see that forecast, and I know everything's going to start exploding as far as the trees and the pollen.
Yes.
Right? So,
just when you think you're out of the winter,
I'm a Debbie Downer.
You go into the pollen
Exactly.
season.
But it is going to be beautiful. We want everyone to get out there. It's amazing out there. So I'm going to talk about how much time you do have really to enjoy all of that. We're going to take a look at enjoying the sunshine, but before the rain returns. And it is definitely going to be returning, and as Paul was pointing out, just in time for the end of the week. So let's talk about what's not there, right? We've got high pressure, we've got the cold front. Lack of rainfall is what I like to show you from the Gulf Coast, places like Houston, Atlanta, Nashville. We're kind of happy about that. And look at this beautiful shot. This is a live view of the Great Smoky Mountain, courtesy of the national parks there. We've got live webcams, some clouds, but really a beautiful afternoon for a nice hike if you can swing it, right? But look at what's coming. This is the water vapor imagery. Shows beautifully all of the weather players. You can pick out the spins. You can pick out where the moisture is coming from. Right now, we're looking at this little spin off of Baja California. That's going to sort of meander, take its time, and roll its way in through parts of the South as we get into the midweek. And when something like an upper level low kind of just sits there and it's got ample moisture, which we know is in place, we have dew points here into the upper 50s. That feels a little sticky. You know that you're going to translate that into some good rain, cloud cover that's going to kind of stick around. So by Tuesday night, it's already Midland, Dallas. We're talking about showers and thunderstorms. Houston, Corpus Christi, up into Oklahoma City. We're going to ride I-40 over to Memphis. You'll start to see those showers for you by Wednesday. And then by Thursday, continuing into Atlanta, Raleigh, Columbia, Charlotte, looking at some showers. Even Lexington and Louisville, Cincinnati as well. The rain's back in the picture for you. Hopefully, we'll start to see some of those floodwaters recede. But look at the totals. Anywhere from an inch in, say, Montgomery, Nashville, to maybe as much as 1 to 2 from Houston to New Orleans. And you can see for a place like Houston, it's a couple days here, Paul, that the wet weather's going to stick around.
Well, today in a weekend in play, it's spring training. Now, as Boston is still dealing with a chance of snow today, the Red Sox and many of their fans escaping for a little bit of fun in Florida, and they are loving every minute of it. I recently caught up with them in Fort Myers. There's this. And now there's this.
Exciting. Whoa. Ooh, nice hit.
Just about all the fans we ran into prefer the latter.
This has been a blast. This is beautiful down here. Beats home, beats the snow. Backyard still had 6 feet of snow. It was -5 with the wind chill.
Dave Ainscow made the move to Florida 5 years ago and has never looked back.
Why did I leave? Well, have you seen it lately?
Yeah, I have.
6 feet of snow? Thanks.
8 feet of snow.
This place is paradise down here.
I got it.
I catch my Red Sox here, and I get the best of both worlds with the heat and the sun.
Oh, my goodness. 60 degrees warmer is much better than what's going on in Boston right now.
I would say 12 feet high. I would say 100 inches.
But there are a few diehards.
Not really bad.
You like this?
I'm a lifelong Vermonter, yeah. I like the snow.
Still, shorts, short sleeves, and baseball can't beat it.
We've been sending a lot of pictures back home, and we're not really popular.
Hey, coming up in the next hour, we'll talk about how Boston's getting ready for opening day.
Right.
With all the snow in Fenway, we'll be ready for April 13th.
All right, still have a little bit of wintry weather to talk about. I'll plan it out for you, making the snow. Who's going to get it through the night?
And this new Buick even has Wi-Fi.
Your Buick has Wi-Fi?
Her Buick has Wi-Fi?
Seriously?
Seriously.
So I can update my blog from your car?
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Good job, Jensen.
Available built-in Wi-Fi.
It's Johnson.
That's expectation shattering. That's the new Buick.
You have a blog?
During the Buick March Madness event, get cash back for a sweet 16% of MSRP on select Buick vehicles in stock the longest. That's nearly $6,300 on this LaCrosse.
I went to Ancestry.com, but I thought, I'm not going to make it very far. I knew my parents and my grandparents, and then it happened. I got a leaf. When I clicked on it, I could actually see my grandfather's draft card from World War I and his U.S. Census from 1910, and another members tree that had my great-grandparents and their parents and everything. And it all started with my first leaf.
Who will you discover at Ancestry.com?
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Fact. Advil liquid gels are faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol. And not only faster, stronger too. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Available at Walmart for a low price every day.
Every Sunday,
Think you have the fastest internet? Think again. This is Xfinity. This is your current internet provider.
Which do you think is going to download faster?
I'm going to go with what I know.
Ready?
Yes.
Download.
Well,
Xfinity is way faster.
That's not even fair.
And we're done. I'm going to go.
I may have to switch to Xfinity.
Get even more of the speed you need with Xfinity Internet from Comcast. Upgrade to get speeds up to 50 megabits per second for just $10 more a month for 12 months. See for yourself. Call or go online today.
If you're not happy with how your allergy medicine treats your congestion, rethink relief with Nasacort Allergy 24-Hour. Unlike antihistamines that target only one cause of your symptoms, Nasacort stops more, relieving the worst nasal allergy symptoms, even congestion, for 24 hours. It's non-addictive and has no harsh taste, and unlike Flonase, it's scent and alcohol-free. And it's available over-the-counter at full prescription strength. Rethink your relief with Nasacort. It stops more of what makes you miserable.
704102. Online at drpowergrader.com.
Currently in our area, 72 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Record-breaking heat has lifeguards busy in Los Angeles this weekend, with hundreds of thousands flocking to the beaches. Yesterday's high hit 93 degrees. That broke the previous record of 88 set more than 60 years ago. And massive crowds expected again today. And it wasn't just L.A., Paul. Santa Barbara topped out at 88, and that set the daily record high for that city as well.
I mean, this is crazy, Maria. We got that going on in the west. Meanwhile, across the northeast, the other corner of the country, we got winter storm advisories, winter storm warnings, and winter weather advisories. Sugarloaf, Maine, Sunday River, Maine, all seeing a ton of snow. And we're in March. You're setting up for a fantastic spring season. And spring, still a couple of days away on the radar. There we go. More snow here coming down even from Syracuse. We'll see some snow showers across Albany. Can't rule out a couple of flurries around even New York City. This is not going to really impact travel at all, except perhaps mess with people's minds. But in terms of traveling, it's northern New England, northern Maine, still getting the brunt of this snow. In fact, we look at our model here. We're going to forecast the timing of this. The darker blue line, that is the 32-degree line. Notice how it's above freezing right now in Boston, even though you'll start seeing some snow. You can see snow with a temperature above freezing, but by the afternoon, it drops on through. We'll have a quick burst of snow, probably just before sunset in Boston, and then things clear out. But yeah, don't let Monday's temperatures fool you. We have much colder air coming in as well. I'll show you that coming up. In terms of the heaviest snow, a broad area seeing about a dusting to about an inch or so, maybe higher elevations of Vermont, New Hampshire, even Maine seeing 1 to 3, 3 to 5. And again, parts of eastern Maine, 5 to 8 inches of snow. So in terms of your forecast, temperatures stay in the 20s here and plenty of snow, some wind as well. Snow tapers off overnight, some sunshine for Bangor as they head towards Monday. But I mentioned that colder air. It's coming once again from Canada. Our jet stream will actually push south of the Northeast in New England. And again, north of the jet stream, that's where the cold air is. And that's allowing us to get back in the deep freeze for hopefully one last time this winter. So again, the forecast tomorrow, not bad. Temperatures actually trending above average, 46 in Boston, 55 in New York City. Buffalo sitting at 46 degrees. And then as we head on towards Tuesday, we start to see a change again. 36 in Buffalo. We're still 44 in Boston, 50 in New York City. By Wednesday, though, that should be the coldest day this week. Talking 20s for highs in Burlington and Binghamton, Buffalo below freezing for a high. Boston back to 28 degrees. That's 19 degrees below average. Even New York City, mid-30s. That's it for a high temperature. So again, Boston, look at this. Yeah, warm, relatively speaking, in the next couple of days. We bottom out in the 20s and then a slow climb towards next weekend. Even New York City looking for really Wednesday to be your coldest day, 36, and then milder next week. Maria?
I have an amazing sight for you. This went viral just a few weeks ago as our national bird protected her babies from some mounting snow. We're going to show you this young family of eagles and the snow coming up.
Your relationship with your dog is pure. It's innocent. It's work, but it's perfect. You wouldn't trade it for the world. So protect your dog with Trifexis. Trifexis is the monthly beef-flavored tablet that prevents heartworm disease, kills fleas, and prevents infestations, and treats and controls hook, round, and whipworm infections. Treatment with fewer than 3 monthly doses after exposure to mosquitoes may not provide complete heartworm prevention. The most common adverse reactions were vomiting, depression, and itching. Serious adverse reactions have been reported following concurrent extra-label use of ivermectin with spinosad, one of the components of Trifexis. Prior to administration, dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection. You'll take it all, the good and the bad, because that's what makes your relationship irreplaceable. Protect your dog all year long with the 3-in-1 power of Trifexis, available by prescription only. Talk to your veterinarian about how to protect every second you share together.
Winter is hard on your face, the start of sneeze season, and the wind-blown watery eyes. That's why Puffs Plus Lotion is gentle on sensitive skin, so you can always put your best face forward. A face in need deserves Puffs indeed, and try Puffs Soft Pack today.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com. Plus, for every $40 you spend, earn $10 in Vistaprint cash.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
For a limited time, save $10 when you replace your home phone with Magic Jack Go. Every Magic Jack Go includes 12 months of free, unlimited local and long-distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. Do the math.
Click or visit Best Buy today.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised that actually worked? Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
We continue to keep an eye on a young family of eagles in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, here's a look at their nest right now, which is located in Cordova State Park in Hanover. Aww. And the family's nest is now totally clear of snow. Not bad there, but if you look down on the ground earlier, the different, you can see a little bit of it. You can see still a little snow on the ground around there.
This is most likely the mama eagle tending to her young eaglets, or eaglets-to-be. She's in the nest the majority of the time, and there are 2 eggs that she's nesting on.
Looks like she has some leftovers there.
Anyone anyone who knows me, I'm obsessed with the Eagle cams because there are a couple. We've got that one in Pennsylvania. There's the one in Iowa.
I thought you were going to say you're obsessed with Eagle eggs.
No.
Just making sure.
Meaning that I want them to become healthy eaglets.
Or not a healthy omelet. Just make. I'm just making sure.
Never.
There's no misunderstanding here.
No, absolutely not. But I think it's wonderful that you take your kids. My kids are obsessed too. Well, they're obsessed because I'm obsessed. But
and
they love to see them.
I've seen bald eagle nests, and people think, these things are huge.
They're like 9 feet by 9 feet, and they weigh
6,
like
8,
hundreds
9,
of
10
pounds.
feet across.
Yeah, and they are wonderful parents. If you take time to watch this, there's always one of them there, and they're constantly bringing back food. That's also a warning, by the way. They do bring back food, and they are not vegetarians.
Yes.
So just a heads up, you might have a little lesson there for you.
All right, from the Eagles to now, cue the sound effects. Weather whiplash time. Let's talk about some pretty contrast in the weather. Starting with Duluth. Last Friday, they're pushing 60. Ooh. This Friday, the first day of spring.
Ouchie.
Wow. 20 degrees colder, 38 degrees.
And Chicago in the same boat here. You've got 65 last Friday with sunshine. You do still have the sunshine, but you're only at 50 for Friday, the first day of spring.
Which is not average for this time of year.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have another hour of weekend recharge. Yes, we have 2. So stick around. We're going to continue to track the flooding and the more snow in the Northeast.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
My love has come along. My lonely days.
Your dad just kissed my mom.
Are over.
Turning 2 worlds into one takes love.
And life is like a song.
Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
When our little girl was born, we got a Subaru. It's where she said her first word.
No.
Saw her first day of school.
Bye-bye.
Made a best friend forever.
Oh my God.
The back seat of my Subaru is where she grew up.
What?
The 2015 Subaru Forester.
What?
Built to be there for your family. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised.
Go to Wix.com. Create your website today.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hey, very good Sunday morning to you, and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Maria LaRosa. For the next 2 hours, we want you to kind of unplug, get lost in the weather, this philosophy of ours.
You hear that? That's not
us
your
calling.
phone.
That's us calling, saying, just set them aside for a minute.
On silent, no email, and this little guy's got to get on out of here. No iPads at all.
Yeah.
Just recharge, relax. and enjoy today, because we can get you ready for today, also get you ready for the rest of this week as well. We'll start you off with our top stories, and a very fluid and dangerous situation continues to unfold right now along the Ohio River this morning. Ice jams and flooding, with waters expected to rise to the highest they've been since the last major flood some 20 years ago. Up next, learn if this flood will rank among the top 50 in Cincinnati's history. Plus, forget about that rain. People in Boston, well, they're just hoping it doesn't snow on their St. Patrick's Day parade, which actually occurs today at 1 o'clock. Another shot of wintry weather is on its way, to see if it could get the city any closer to breaking their long-time snowfall record.
We all dread summer. Yeah. We just know what's coming.
And ice, baby. Bags of ice are a hot commodity at this weekend's NASCAR race in Phoenix. Temperatures as hot as the action on the track. Another day of sizzling, record-breaking heat all across the West. We'll talk about that coming up.
I think we want to give you that first view to kind of get you prepared for the day ahead, and that snapshot of what the start of your week is going to look like as we recharge you for the week ahead. And yes, that record heat in the West is still going strong for some cities like Los Angeles. We're talking about the third straight day of record heat, that high pressure still dominating. And we've got a lot going on. We're talking about NASCAR in Phoenix and also the marathon in LA. Then we have the wet and wintry side, the other corner of the U.S., where it's more snow. Boston, we're keeping an eye on you. Burlington, Bangor, adding to an incredible winter snow season for you. And then much of the eastern half of the country talking about a spring chill. And in the same breath that we're talking about this spring chill and the drier air that's moving into there, we're still tracking the high river levels in those regions, which some at this point looking historic.
Yeah, again, that's a huge story there. In fact, we want to join on the phone to talk about the Ohio River flooding in the Cincinnati area is Jim Lott with the National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio. And thanks for joining us this morning, Jim. And I know the river continues to rise. Is this in the historic levels now?
Yeah, it's getting up there. Right now it looks like the river's just about crested and maybe starting to turn downward here. It looks like it crested a couple hours ago in Cincinnati there at about 57.7 feet. And at that crest, that would be about the 36th highest on record there at Cincinnati. And those records do go back to about the 1860s.
Wow. And Jim, we know that whenever we have a major river like this flooding, it never stays in that spot. So we see it in Cincinnati now. What are you all looking at as far as downstream? Are we seeing cities downstream that should be concerned at this point?
Yeah, that's exactly right. The crest right now, like I said, is right around Cincinnati, and that's going to work downwards across like southeast Indiana and down towards Louisville over the next day or two. So as we go down farther south from Cincinnati, conditions are going to continue to get worse over the next couple of days.
All right, that's great information. Thanks. That's Jim Lott from the National Weather Service out of Ohio there. And again, this is an ongoing situation. As you mentioned, the flooding continues to move downstream. The problems will continue to move downstream as we head throughout this week.
And you think about all the factors that go into it. Forecasting river levels, very, very difficult. So let's talk about the rain factor too, and everything that goes into it. And this is a great snapshot to talk about what Jim was alluding to, that cresting at 58 feet. Again, the highest it's been since the March flood of '97, and I know everybody remembers that. But keep in mind that action stage in yellow, that's going clear until at least late Tuesday and into Wednesday. So again, if you are seeing those typical high waters, they may be that way for you for the next few days. This is a fantastic shot too of what it looks like in Cincinnati. You're looking southward into Kentucky, the muddy waters of the Ohio. There's the Roebling Suspension Bridge, and you see just how high it gets. Those walkways, they make such beautiful use of the river there, and all of that is underwater right now. So when you kind of do this checklist of what goes into a flooding river like that, major river, you've got warm temperatures. Yes, you've had it. Rapid snow melt, definitely. And that heavy rain that has fallen in those key spots. All of last week, this region 10 to 15 degrees above the average. St. Louis, Chicago, Cincinnati, Louisville, all in that territory. That did a lot to melt, in some cases, 2 feet of snow on the ground. So this is a snapshot of the snow cover last week, and then Friday, it was all gone, and it's all feeding into that river. And then you add into 3 to 5 inches of rainfall. There's the Ohio right there. It's as if it went right over the river. Indeed, it did, and all of the tributaries, too, feeding into that. Good news, we do have some drier weather ahead. Along with that is coming with a cool down. So, you know, you have that going for you as well. So let's talk about that Midwest chill and how that'll help with the flooding in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. That jet stream is taking its dip back, right? We've had it pushed off to the north. That's allowed us to warm up. It's headed back down. We have this pool of cooler, drier air. In some cases, it's downright colder. But for the Ohio River, yeah, we'll call it cooler. So for today, the heat continues as the high pressure in through the central U.S. We've got Rapid City at 81 degrees. I want you to keep an eye on that over the next few days because those temperatures are going to be dramatic. That drop, really dramatic. St. Louis, 71 degrees and sunshine. Chicago at 65 degrees. You're getting that tease of spring here on the last full weekend of winter. By tomorrow, you start to see the hint of it. There's the blue. And then by Tuesday, remember Rapid City into the 80s today, only into the 40s as we get into Tuesday. Same for Chicago and St. Louis. The warmth pushed all the way down to the south. And again, this is a little bit of a check here. We're kind of getting everyone back towards average after a little bit of this break. So we take a look at Cincinnati. A couple of things, key points here. Yes, you have the warmth right now. Snowpack, not an issue, right? It's all gone. 65 degrees for you. The lows into the 40s. 55 degrees as you get the kids at the bus stop tomorrow. Incredible. 73 for the high. You've got 55, though, by Tuesday, all the way down into the 40s by Wednesday. But definitely want to draw your attention to the icons here. We are rain-free, at least for the middle part of the week, and that is really going to help all those folks that have been basically underwater, Paul, for the last few days. So this is definitely going to help.
Yeah, that is good news. Drier weather there, but temperatures in the southwest where they're skipping right over spring and heading right towards summertime numbers and beyond. We're talking 10, even 15 degrees above average. Just how long these summer-like temperatures will be sticking around. But also, speaking of the heat, oh yeah, this has definitely been a number on the snowpack out towards the west. The lack of rain and snow in the wintertime have huge implications on the drought and their water resources for the summertime. And speaking of Southern California, this is the LA Marathon route underway already the last 10 minutes.
Imagine if razors could move up and down and all around, hugging tight, swirling left and turning right. Behold, new Venus Swirl, the only razor with 5 contour blades and a flexi ball to contour to your tricky places, bones, bends, and all. Smooth and steady going this way and that, bumps and grooves, curvy and flat. For skin as flawless can be, new Venus Swirl. Try it and see.
Need an oil change? Right now at Pep Boys, get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX oil and a Purelator Classic filter for only $22.99. Or let the boys do it for you with a full-service conventional oil change for just $24.99 with coupon. Trust the boys to get you there.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Why do you want great glasses for $38 backed by a replacement guarantee?
Mom? Mom?
Because you all really need glasses.
Mom?
And boys really need to be boys. The glasses you want are at the Walmart Vision Center. A complete pair of single vision glasses for $38. Backed by a 12-month replacement guarantee. Save money, live better. Walmart.
Mom?
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Tonight, extreme weather of biblical proportions.
The gates of hell are opening up, and this is the entry to it.
Top 10 Bible weather tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
So let's go!
I've never been so terrified.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Take a look at this, talking an LA Marathon and the route. So the race started and they moved it about 30 minutes to cope with the heat. So the start time, 6:55 local time, about 10 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago.
15 minutes
Who's
ago.
counting?
Those runners are.
Oh,
it's all about the time, right? More
Yes.
than 26,000 runners, in fact, running from Dodger Stadium to Santa Monica.
26,000 runners, 26.2 miles. I mean, if everyone just ran a tenth of a mile, then we could say...
That would be an interesting solution to the heat problem,
that's
right?
my marathon.
Yeah,
but as you can see that route there, moving all across the Southlands, where temperatures will be pushing back towards record territory again. It was 93 yesterday. We should be 70.
And it's always difficult, too, when you're starting the race in the 60s and it's ending up into the 90s. I mean, how do you really prepare for that?
Yeah, it is going to be just brutal. But in fact, about half of this morning's runners will be participating in their first marathon. And if you're not prepared for all that heat, well, it could be a huge challenge.
And they're trying to do the best they can, right? We have water stations that'll be along the course. They'll also be handing out cold towels and ice. But some of the runners have their own cool ways of keeping cool.
Make sure you're like dumping water on your head. I'm running with like a bandana that I'll keep cool, and have friends also have like ice along the way that I can kind of just cool down with.
I'm telling you, runners, I bow down to runners. We've got a lot of runners here at the Weather Channel, and it is tough, especially as we mentioned that you have to start the race off into the 60s. But let's show you what they're going to have to contend with as they're hitting their stride. You have 11 a.m. already into the mid 80s, and then by 3 o'clock here, you're talking about that 90-degree range. So it is definitely going to take its toll on those runners. So we'll have to see how those times measure up, right? But the setup is there for that heat to continue, that high pressure dominating, and we also have, because of that offshore flow. That is a warming wind for this part of the country. So you have areas that just continue to bake really 10 to 20 degrees above average. And this time of year in Southern California, that definitely gets you back up into record territory. And we're talking in some spots day 3 of record heat. Los Angeles included, a whopping 22 degrees above average. 67 in San Francisco seems pleasant, but there too above average. 86 in Las Vegas, Phoenix at 89. And, you know, that's just half the story. Those low temperatures have been pretty impressive, as in not that low for this time of year. So potential records today: Los Angeles, San Diego, Fresno, Las Vegas, and you can see some of them in a pretty good little cushion there. You've got by 5 degrees in Los Angeles, a little closer there as you get into places like Las Vegas, but certainly, again, within that territory. All right, what about tomorrow? So it is still going to be warm. Los Angeles, mid and upper 80s, still well above average by 20 degrees. Looks like maybe not quite in record territory, but you get the story. That heat really isn't going anywhere. Let's paint that picture for you and kind of give you some perspective here. This is a look at Los Angeles average monthly highs for the entire year. March around along 70 degree mark, and Paul, not there at all, more like June.
Yeah, this is a crazy pattern here. And we know that this kind of heat will be hard on the body, but not the only impact we're concerned about. In fact, the main thing about the heat is going to affect the evaporation in the reservoirs and also the snowpack. And that's only going to make things worse for rain-starved states like California. And joining us to talk about that and rising temperatures and the declining snowpack in the mountains is Peter Glick of the Pacific Institute in Oakland. And Peter, high temperatures, very little snow. This is should be the end of our rainy season across the West. We've had another back-to-back year of very low snow, very low rainfall. This is not looking good for the West.
That's exactly right. We're in a very bad drought. Our rainy season starts in October. It ends around April. We were hoping that the rains would bail us out this year, but it looks like the fourth year in a row of very, very low precipitation. Little rain, almost no snow, and, as you've already noted, extremely high temperatures. And that combines to put enormous stress on what's already a normally stressed water system.
And Peter, why should people across the eastern half of the U.S. be concerned what's going on in California in terms of the drought?
Well, of course, we all care about extreme weather everywhere. We watched the terrible weather back east this winter. We worry about extreme weather all the time. But in part, this is part of a bigger pattern. We're beginning to see climate changes that are affecting extreme weather across the world. And I think we're going to see more and more of this kind of extreme.
So what will it take to turn this drought situation around in California?
Well, the bad news is that our rainy season is almost over. It's pretty clear now that the rains are not going to bail us out in March. That means we're going to have another extremely dry spring and summer. That's bad for agriculture. It's bad for our cities. It's bad for the environment. What's going to bail us out is smarter water management, and we keep hoping that the rains are going to come.
All right, Peter Glick for the Pacific Institute, thanks for joining us this morning. And again, it's not just there. In fact, we're also seeing some drought conditions up and down the West Coast, even Washington. But all right, changing gears now. Spring, yes, it is just a couple of days away, but surprise, surprise, we could see more wintry weather this week. More details on the drop in temperatures coming up next.
I will live the life of now with the skin of then. Olay Total Effects. Vitamin enriched to fight 7 signs of aging. In 4 weeks, skin looks up to 10 years younger. 7-in-1 from the world's #1. Olay, your best beautiful.
19 years ago, we thought, wow, how is there no way to tell the good from the bad? So we gave people the power of the review. And now Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. You can easily buy and schedule services from top-rated providers. Conveniently stay up to date on progress and effortlessly turn your photos into finished projects with our Angie's List app. Visit angieslist.com today.
Let's do this. It's asleep. So let's wake it up with the most important meal of the year. Let's get the right recipe, the right ingredients, right in our budget. Then, let's get out there and cook ourselves up a big old plate of spring. Let's do this. Kill weeds and bugs and get 25% off with Ortho or Roundup. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
You know you're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
It makes me happy to go on the computer. I like feeling smart.
Internet Essentials from Comcast has brought low-cost internet access to over 1.4 million low-income people at home.
Internet Essentials helped me progress in my schoolwork. It helped my grades move higher.
Today, it's the largest broadband adoption program in America.
It helped me a lot.
Comcast NBC Universal, helping to bridge the digital divide.
When everything's included, the kids get a vacation of their own, and so do we. But when we get together, it's the best time of all.
I can feel it, yeah.
Right now, you can get up to 65% off. Call your travel agent or 1-800-BEACHES.
805-4176. Online at drstumpgrinder.com. Tonight, extreme weather of biblical proportions.
The gates of hell are opening up, and this is the entry to it.
Top 10 Bible weather tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good morning, Seattle. Oh, yeah. Start your morning off with some light rain out there and some clouds. Yes, rain, something we haven't had a whole lot of. But still, hey, today we expect about an inch of rain. Definitely want that. And not going to get a lot warmer than right now. We're talking about temperatures in low 40s, maybe upper 40s for a high.
One of those great American cities I have never been to, and I'm dying to go. I know. All right.
Gets you out more.
Okay, I know. It's true. I need to stretch out.
Yes.
And get going outside. This time now for the 7-day stretch at 20 past the hour. It's what we do. And we're going to look ahead and get you ready, recharge you for the week ahead. And let's start with today. Sunday, a lot of the country in pretty good shape, as in quiet. Definitely warm. Minneapolis, 70 degrees. Your Gophers, the University of Minnesota, on spring break officially today.
Yeah, great for traveling. There's a rain there in the Pacific Northwest, but the Northeast New England, yes, say it ain't snow, but it is. Still last Sunday of winter. We got some snow, but hey, there's no snow in South Florida.
But we have a lot of fun because it's a huge festival in Miami, Calle Ocho. Highs in the low 80s today, 20% chance of showers, which basically is liquid sunshine if one does pop up. I mean, really, let's be real. It's the biggest block party in the country. That's kind of what they call it. So have some fun. The weather looks pretty good.
Temperature's fantastic. Still above average. Average around 80. We could be, again, mid-80s across much of South Florida. 83 as we head towards Monday. The snow is out, but the cold air, well, cooler air, I should say, across New England. But guess what? It gets colder later on this week. We'll talk about it coming up. But again, for travelers, most of the nation, pretty quiet.
Yeah, so if you got that business trip, or maybe you're recovering from the LA Marathon, right? Los Angeles, 88 degrees. Today, you're talking about that 3-day streak of record-breaking heat today. Had a lot of people heading to the beaches. So just be aware. You want to go to those guarded beaches. It's going to be refreshing for sure with another day of warmth there for you on Monday.
But again, we should have a little cool down in terms of the heat there in the west as we head later on this week. In fact, by Tuesday, we cool down to 81 degrees. And we start seeing a few rain showers here across Texas. Not the best for spring breakers, but meanwhile, the New England area, what's this? Yes, more snow coming on through here and some rain with temperatures are still above freezing here in New York. But man, this is a sign of another push of cold air on the way in.
And that kind of brings us into the upper Midwest, right? You have Minneapolis and Chicago. You're back down into the 40s. So those unseasonably warm temperatures, they're out of here. Chicago, one spot that we're going to keep an eye on for that big cool down. And you know, when it's cool during the daytime, it's going to be downright cold for you in the morning. So keep that in mind if you're heading to the bus stop, train stop there in Chi-Town. Looking great though right now with those clear skies.
As we head across the Mid-South, as we head towards Wednesday, rain showers there in New England. Look at this, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. This will be the coldest day this week and hopefully the last coldest day of the winter season.
Because officially the last day of winter, the full day of winter, is Thursday. You got kind of a mess of weather there in the southeast, those showers coming back. 58 degrees in Atlanta, but you've got 48 in New York. And how about Denver? We were talking about how crazy it was for you in February. March has not lived up to its average top snow billing, 52 degrees and rain there.
March is historically the snowiest month of the year in Denver. Really so much, not a whole lot of snow so far this month, but again, could see some mountain snow. Great news for skiers and snowboarders. But again, we turn from Thursday, the last day of winter, to Friday. Well, the calendar will say spring, but it's going to be cold for many. Here's Dr. Greg Postel.
That's right. Friday's the first day of spring, and it's not going to feel like spring in many locations from the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast. Unfortunately, where 40s and 50s are going to be pretty common.
And speaking of Friday, there's some of the colder air across New England. One last push, perhaps hopefully last push of snowflakes across the region as well. But even the south is cooling down. 66 in Atlanta on Friday.
You know, I'm kind of obsessed with the equinox. I forgot to look at the time officially on Friday. I'll have to look that up.
I think it's Friday evening.
Friday evening? Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
I won't. We'll get it next hour.
They have this fad called the internet. We should... It's not going to catch on.
I heard that Google. We'll do that. 70 degrees in Billings for you for your first day of spring with some showers along the 5 here from San Francisco on up through Medford and Seattle. 60 degrees for you on Friday.
Well, let's get you towards next weekend. Next Saturday, well, again, temperatures trending more towards average. Still can't rule out some wintry weather. Northern New York, northern Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Otherwise, temperatures across the eastern half of the nation getting and trending towards average for the first full day of spring.
And, you know, we've seen the Pacific Northwest, the inland Pacific Northwest, kind of messy over the 7 days. Saturday's no different. You've had these storms kind of wind up in here. So Seattle, more rain for you and 57 on Saturday.
But they could use the rain and the snow across the mountains.
That is true. All right, well, coming up on Weekend Recharge, flooding strikes areas in the Midwest. Ice choking up rivers across northern Ohio. That helps push rivers out of their banks in several communities along Lake Erie. A special report from Cincinnati is next.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
It's more than the cloud. It's security and flexibility. It's where great ideas and vital data are stored. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions from a trusted IT partner, including cloud and hosting services, all backed by an industry-leading broadband network and people committed to helping you grow your business. You get a company that's more than just the sum of its parts. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Ever since Daryl's wife started using Gain Flings, their laundry smells more amazing than ever.
Honey, isn't that the dog's towel?
Hey, me towel, Sue towel. More Gain Scent plus Oxy Boost and Febreze for 3 big things in one Gain Fling. It's our best gain ever.
Shelley, how'd you come to find the biggest liquid gold mine in the state?
I was shopping for provisions.
Yeah?
That's when I saw it.
What'd you see, Shelley?
Boxes and boxes of Belvedere shells and cheese got clear to the ceiling.
Can we go look at it, Shelley?
Yeah, it's right over here. Oh! There's gold in them there shells. Liquid gold.
There's something happening right here in this country. It's the sound of America. Working with American materials in American factories. At WeatherTech, all we do is create the highest quality automotive accessories, including laser-measured custom-fit floor liners. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners, proudly made in America.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind. I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will give way to occasional showers overnight. Low 70. Chance of rain 40%. Monday, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally sunny. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
the hour now, and you are watching Weekend Recharge. I'm Maria LaRosa.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Well, hopefully you're getting a chance to kind of kick back and slowly ease yourself into this Sunday morning. And right now, though, we're going to talk about how the weather is impacting communities across the country.
And we can pretty much guarantee that the weather's always making news, right? So look at the Herald Times in Bloomington, Indiana. It's the season of potholes. How many cities, winter-weary cities, know this reality all too well?
And I always think of that Geico commercial, because I'm a pothole.
Exactly.
Oh, did I get that to your car?
Oof.
Let me call you.
Brutal.
Just Google Geico pothole. You'll have a laugh this Sunday morning. But did you Google that after the show, though?
Yeah, after the show,
This is a no-device zone.
No device show, exactly.
And this front page is of the union leader in Manchester, New Hampshire. And the big story is sap. Yeah, it's the sap that typically starts flowing from New Hampshire maple trees around President's Day, a process delayed because of all the cold and snow we had this year, as well as the deep snowpack still on the ground.
Look at that. And my goodness, Paul, check out the front